Right then, well, of course, today it is the victory parade. Vata still joins us. Good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for your time. I mean, it's quite a day for fans today. I think it's a moment for them, especially if you didn't get an opportunity to go to Japan, but to be there and, you know, just have a glimpse at least at the trophy. Let's just highlight or at least contextualize the day so far.
Afternoon, Jamila, and it's been a fantastic day. I think Michael and I have sat here since the morning, and we're feeling it, but we're enjoying it, we're reveling in this. It started off at the Union buildings, and again at the seat of government, where the #1 citizen in this country sits. And he welcomed them to the Union buildings, and at the same time, you know, it was a significant meeting of the head of state with the rugby team. And what was important about that is that he said to them, go out into the country. Yeah. Go to your people. The people who have supported you, you know, through thick and thin, the people who believed that you could win this World Cup from the onset. Forget the critics, forget the naysayers from around the world and some from within the country. Yeah. The millions and millions of South Africans out there, probably 57 million of them, you know, believed that you guys could be champions again. Absolutely. And take your slogan of stronger together, but now you go to them as champions together. Yeah. And that has been so wonderful to see, and how the streets of the capital have been lined by thousands and thousands of adoring fans. You know, and Tumela, I was at the airport on Tuesday when they landed. The one name that comes out is Sia. Yeah. And to see how Sia Kolisi, 28 years old, has taken on the role as a leader of this team, but also now as the leader of the nation. Right. He has been phenomenal to watch, and he's led this team admirably, and you know, throughout the city tour of Tshwane. Now they went to see their sponsors, you know, MTN, and now they're hitting the streets of Joburg. Right. And he's there, leading from the front with the little trophy called Bo, and enjoying Bo. They're guarding it very safely. I mean, they don't want anything to happen to it, because I can imagine how proud they are of the trophy. But let's touch on Sia for a moment. You mentioned him being, of course, quite proud, understandably. Him being also the first, you know, black captain, you know, to lead a team of this magnitude into the World Cup. But I like how each time he's given the podium, or at least the stage, he also centers it back to the team to say, I know you're screaming my name, but listen, I wouldn't have done it alone. And that is the humility of the man. You know, I don't think for a long time after he became appointed as captain, it had sunk in what a great achievement it is for South Africa. However, in the months thereafter, it began sinking in. Right. He led that team to winning in New Zealand for the first time in 9 years. And then he led a bunch of young men, some of them a year prior to that, we would have never said, we would wear the Springbok jersey. He led the likes of Aphiwe Tyanji, the likes of Nkosi, the likes of Mapimpi. You know, you look at Ambrose Papir, and now we've got Herschel Jantjies. And he helped them, you know, gain their rite of passage into rugby manhood. Yeah. And I think it is only in those months after his appointment did he actually realize what role he plays, not just in South African sport, but in South African society. Yeah. And the manner in which he's gone about carrying himself this year particularly, and at this World Cup, he said, it's not about Sia Kolisi. It's not about Sia Kolisi. There's a reason why God put me on this earth. And that reason probably is to take a country like South Africa, that is, again, we've been saying this whole day, which is in dire straits, and put it in a place where South Africa can look at itself and say, nothing is impossible. Right. Nothing is impossible. This as far as the team is concerned, and I appreciate the humility, but when he's alone in his moment, when he's at home, when he's in his bedroom, when he's, you know, out just in a private moment, do you think it sinks in? Because he once said that, listen, a couple of years ago I was watching the Rugby World Cup, or at least the rugby myself in a tavern. I never thought that I would actually be in Japan, center stage, leading a team, not just being a part of the team. But do you think when he's alone, he also just thinks, oh my goodness, this is it? I think, Tumelo, what's important is to go back to how Sia Kolisi has grown up. Yeah. You know, with his mom and his grandmother. His mother then passes away. He goes to primary school at Msingane in Zwide. And one of the famous things Sia said in the last few months is he never dreamt of becoming a Springbok, let alone being at a World Cup. Sure. His dream was always the next plate of food, you know, his next meal. Right. And that was as a youngster. And rugby became, you know, it would take him away from the realities of his life as a youngster. He would go play rugby. His life became rugby. And that's where he met Eric Songwe, his coach, and he took him to Eastern Province Charles. And there he played his Charles against other boys who were in shorts or whatever, in boxes. In boxes.
Yeah, that's his reality.
So, and that's when he gained a scholarship to Grey High School, which is famous known as Grey PE.
Sure.
And his life then changed, I think, forever.
It has changed.
So I think when he's alone, he always centers himself to where it all started.
Yeah.
And that in itself says, it's not about me. It's not about me. There are millions of children in this country who face a similar upbringing to mine, if not even worse.
Yeah.
So it's not about him.
It's not about him, but you remind me of a quote by Maya Angelou who once said that I may, stand as one, but I come as 10,000. So he may be standing as Kolisi, but there's so many young boys from Kailicha, from Luwachome, anywhere in the world who also have a dream. But